Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Dawn here from Your Life Reinvented Hypnotherapy, and I am here with David today to share another success story with our anxiety relief program. I just finished working with David a couple of weeks ago, I believe. David, is that right? 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so, David, I have a few questions for you today. And I guess my first question is, what made you make that decision to book a call with me, a consultation with me, and getting control of your anxiety issues that were going on?
Yeah. Well, basically, I was trying to find something, getting some kind of help that I wasn't getting from therapy and stuff, and other people everyone was trying to help me. I was getting information by so many people to do this or try this, and basically, I decided to. Well, I just did some Google searching actually, and I just somehow yours thing popped up, and that's when I called you. You answered the phone right away, which was really nice because usually you get a message or something, and that's really what's got me interested in on what you had to offer there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then getting to the consultation, that really helped me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you caught me at the right time because a lot of times, I'm not able to answer the phone call really quickly. So it's always good, when I'm able to answer the phone, I do answer it right away. So that's good. And so when and it was so lovely to chat and connect with you and hear a little bit about a little bit before a consult what would the issues are, just some like little simple things like with the anxiety issues that were going on, like what kind of things were you experiencing, David, that and I guess how did that make you feel, like what was going on?
I was experience of unwanted thoughts
Mm-hmm.
or thoughts coming into my head that I think I did and believed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had most of all control over some of it, but some of it I would read to second guess myself and recheck things, and which it's always going to be there, but it's how much that I'm doing it, and that's basically what it is the rechecking, and then the fear of contamination thoughts because I have OCD,
Mm-hmm.
being contaminated with things about that's where I needed to get worked on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I know we talked a little bit about that on the consultation. We never dive too deep into, the issues because I don't need to know any deep, dark secrets, but it's always good to have a little bit of information. So, you know, with the OCD, the anxiety issues, like what sort of things, David, did you try to do to resolve the anxiety issues, the OCD issue in the past? Like what kind of things did you try before you met me?
Um, Biggest thing was reassurance. I had
Mm-hmm.
people tell me reassurance, which is in the OCD world, you're not supposed to ask for reassurance. Um, I would just then have to handle the anxiety and be anxious all the time and not sleeping well and worried all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's the biggest thing. Just so much. I would just eventually, though, it would go away. But what
Mm-hmm.
would happen? Another situation or thought trigger or incidents, uh, a real life trigger would happen. Something would happen where I experienced it, and then I would be on a new downfall,
Mm-hmm.
and more triggers, more anxiety about this new thing, and the other one that I had kind of left, but a new one jumped in.
Right.
So then I'm stuck with this new one, and yeah, that's basically how that worked. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I guess the on again, off again, like one thought was replaced with another, correct?
yeah. One thought
Yeah.
was replaced with another one. Correct.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I guess what were your thoughts before you and I met? Like what were your thoughts on like coaching, hypnotherapy before getting involved with the program?
Actually, I knew nothing about the hypnotic therapy of at all. I had no clue. The only thing I've heard about hypnotic therapy was about quitting smoking. I keep
Hmm.
hearing, and that's the only thing I knew about it. Um, and I knew nothing about it from before. I was looking into brain scan things and stuff like that, where they put this thing on your head and give you electronic
Hmm.
signals at which costs, yeah, crazy amounts. And I don't know if that's going to really work, and because you got to go back there for, yeah, just not something I wanted to be stuck into a tin can. And so yeah, it was, I didn't know much about it, but when I seen the ad on the line there, I just said, hey, what's this? Well, I'm going to just go try it. I have nothing to lose and
Hmm.
so much to gain. So
Yeah,
and
and I
then
love that. I remember our conversation, David, which seems so long ago, but it actually wasn't that long ago,
right.
and I remember specifically, our conversation and how you're feeling and what you were going through. And you've done a lot of work in a very short period of time, right? We worked together for 4 sessions. All our work was done online. So you were at home, I was at my home, and we work through some techniques. We use some hypnosis to help you resolve your anxiety issues for good. So, I guess, how did you find your experience, the entire experience of working together with me, and what kind of benefits did you notice? And I guess, how did you enjoy the work together?
Yeah, the biggest thing is it got me um doing all the sessions was great, working with somebody like that where I could close my eyes and listen
Mm-hmm.
and take in the information. And I think the biggest thing is it made me slow down and relax. And that's probably the biggest thing because I'm always never relaxing. I'm always going. And it took a little while. The first session went pretty good, and then the sessions went better after that. I was always really nervous, but the biggest thing was not being able to relax, and that's I've always had that problems, and this gave me the chance to relax, not think about anything else, actually feel my body on the bed, but my legs, what they're doing, like feeling how they feel on the mattress, feeling that just before I would never do that, eh? And
Mm.
I think the term is it also not well, not just the therapy, but all there was the information you gave with on your in your emails, which helped me. I did a lot of reading, which is about thoughts and rethinking thought patterns and
Mhm.
reframing my thoughts really really helped me.
Mhm.
And right now I still work on the self hypnosis, and through your recording I work on that to keep so I don't fall back. And it's made the difference in the last couple of weeks. I'll tell you that. I'm more relaxed. I can get things done, and I'm for my OCD. I'm getting out and doing more of my other exposures of facing my fears, which I find it's helping me go do those fears a lot
Mhm.
better because I
Yeah.
am relaxed. Yeah,
Yeah. And so here's the thing, like, we talked about this in our work, like, you can't solve an unconscious problem consciously, right? And so all of these things that you tried, the exposure therapy and stuff, there was still a lot of that irrational thought. So
yeah,
by using hypnosis to get to that root cause, and we worked with your superconscious mind, right? You
right.
did nothing. So we were able to get to that root cause to help you come back to that calm. So even with, you said some of the OCD triggers are not as bad as they were anymore, but you're able to, I know you said you're able to go out and do things that you enjoy doing, whereas before when we worked together, you didn't do that, right?
No,
Because
I was.
there was so much fear around the triggers that you were experiencing, right?
Yeah, I couldn't even go anywhere. 3, 4 weeks ago, I was terrified about everything. I was a different person, but
Yeah.
it did make a difference. I've been working hard the last few weeks with you and with and your information, and um yeah, obviously my mind is telling me different things. Yeah.
Mhm.
It must be doing something. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
here's the thing, like you talked about, I'm still doing my self hypnosis. I'm still working on things daily so I don't fall back. And that's the thing. If we're not growing, we're dying. So there's never an end to the healing. But when we do the heavy healing, in the beginning, the other healing that happens, it's a lot easier. So, when life happens, because we know shit's going to hit the fan at some point again, right? Life's going to happen. That's life, right? But when
Right.
life happens, we're able to get up faster. We're able to manage life with the ebbs and flows easier, gracefully, and then get back up faster and continue on, right? Like,
Yeah, progress,
mhm.
not perfection, but
That's right.
yeah,
Progress, not perfection. That's exactly it.
yeah.
And there's no such thing as a perfection, right? And so part of the process, and you did mention this, part of the process when we were working through our program was teaching you how to do that personalized self hypnosis, that technique, and that made you feel a lot better, help you get the results faster. So, how did you find using that self hypnosis practice every day while we were working together? And I know you're still using it now. Like, how did you find learning that?
I like it. I find it help. It just got me into a meditation mind of calmness and peace. It gave me peace, is what it did,
Yeah.
and still it still does that. And I think I got your voice kind of memorized in my head now. So so I hear you when I'm going other places
Yeah.
because it's just calming to uh and it's calming and relaxing, and it makes me, you know, look at the world a little bit differently and not be like stop and smell the roses kind of thing. I think that's what it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it, David, like being in that present moment, right?
Yeah, being
Because
in the moment. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
because
what it does.
anxiety is all about future worry, the what ifs, the overwhelm, the rumination. What if this happens? What if this happens? Da 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 da. All of these things and stories we keep telling ourselves over and over again. The more often we repeat a story, it becomes true, right? And so by being in that present moment, and you're noticing this, like when you said even feeling your body, feeling your legs, being in that present moment, anxiety doesn't exist. It's impossible.
Right.
It's impossible, right? And I mean, we only worked together for 4 weeks, right? So how are you feeling now? You know, um, after the 4 week program, we finished up and it's been a couple weeks. So it's been about 6 or 7 weeks since we started. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now?
I feel pretty good. I feel really good actually. Like I said, I'm able to go with the wife. We've gone places now. I'm able to fall asleep faster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know the self-hypnosis seems to put me to sleep a lot of times, but
Mm-hmm.
it but when I wake up refreshed in the morning. So and I do a little bit of it in the morning, and I go to work, and I'm just plug away, and I'm not thinking about everything. And my RV work that I do, I had a couple jobs, and I was actually able to do it and not recheck my work. So
Mm.
I did my work, and I'm like, it's good,
Yeah.
and I walked away. And
Awesome.
I had a couple wandering thoughts about, oh, wait a minute, and then I said, nope, nope, not listening to that. And I continued on, and then it just left my brain. So I think I feel better. I feel better. Yeah, feel, and also I think I've also been. I told my wife this. I said I'm really exhausted for having all the anxiety. That the one day I slept in till noon, so I must have been really tired from the anxiety. So
Yeah. And
that
that's a
extra rest
thing.
helped.
It exhausts us, right? It's not only like emotionally exhausting, but emotional exhaustion, that energy that we're using, it just makes us physically exhausted. And I hear that a lot.
Drained,
So many people
drained.
that suffer from anxiety symptoms, they don't sleep that well, they wake up, they're not rested, they're tired all the time, they're dragging themselves even though they've had a good night's sleep. And that's the anxiety symptoms kind of stealing your energy, right? And so, you've depleted, so now you're filling up your bank again. Yeah, you're
Right, right.
filling up because the reserves were empty, right? So now we're
Yeah,
filling it up, right? And I know we talked about on the consultation how important it is to listen to your body, because your body is speaking with you. It's telling you stuff. We have to listen to it. If we ignore it, that's not good, right? Because
right.
then it'll start speaking louder and louder and louder, right?
That's what it did to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you reached out to me when it was screaming out loud. You're like, okay, enough, right? And
Yeah, I
so
went to the internet and went, help me, internet. And it's just, yeah,
and that's the thing, like there's no such, I would say to my clients, there's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything happens in the right
exactly.
way in time, our paths crossed at the right time, and so for you, like, you made some massive changes in your life over a really short period of time. So I guess when we look into the future, like, what are you most looking forward to living this new life that you're living with all these new positive changes that are happening? Like, what do you feel like for the future?
Like what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I'm looking forward to able to just go places, like go on trips and stuff.
Mm.
Take a trip somewhere and not have to worry about my thoughts and stuff and my anxiety. And that's probably
Whose
the,
anxiety?
oh yeah, right. Yeah, it's gone.
The
Yeah,
anxiety, right?
the anxiety.
Anxiety in symptoms, right? And that's the thing, it's not yours. We got to, and this is always a process
Right.
that I'm always correcting myself. And when I'm working with clients, and it's like, oh, wait a second, is this your anxiety, my anxiety, or is this the anxiety symptoms? Not owning it. That's
Yeah,
big, right?
anxiety symptoms. That's right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the yeah, that's the biggest thing, is able to just go places where I want to go, and also not, and day by day not having these thoughts about, I'm gonna have these thoughts about that. Did I just do something, or did I? But it's about how I acknowledge the thoughts, like,
Mhm.
and that, I think that's what they've always taught us, and I was so not listening to the thoughts that aren't there, or are there but they're not. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
when I get,
And that's
like,
I love that you brought that up, David, because we're always going to have thoughts. We talked about that, right? But the
yeah,
thing is, thoughts are just thoughts. If you don't like the thought that's coming up, change the thought. You have that choice, right? Everything is about choice in life. We have that choice. So if you don't like the thought that's coming, change it, create
yeah,
it,
yeah,
right? And
correct,
that's the
yeah,
thing. The more we do that and recognize how much we are in control of our life, our thoughts, yeah,
yeah,
then
yeah,
life just becomes easier. We're happier, we're able to do more of the things we love to do. Our relationships flourish, all of those things, right?
yeah, yeah.
Careers, and so before we finish up here, you know with your results, like, what would you say, David, to someone who is kind of sitting on the fence, not sure whether or not to go ahead with something like this? Like, what would you say to them?
Well, when I first was talking with you there at the beginning, I was um I was skeptical about everything. So I would say something like that would be to, it's worth to try. It's worth to do it. Not try, do. It's worth to do,
Mhm,
because everything, it made a difference in me. It did. It
mhm.
did. I can't say all the answer. I can't say all the answers on how, but there's some stuff I don't know about that helped me. I don't understand how it helped me, but if my body feels good, I think I feel good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. My head feels good, I feel good, and that's what matters the most.
Absolutely. And a lot of this work, energetic work, we can't
Yeah.
put words to it. It's really difficult. So, that's
Yeah.
something I hear. It's like, I don't know how to say this or explain it, but I just feel good. I'm
Yeah.
happier. I feel more content, peace, whatever that is, right? And free. Because I know
Yeah.
you've been golfing, you've been doing a lot of things that you weren't doing when we
No.
first talked, right?
No, I was saying I was laying on the couch doing nothing, wallowing, and that's not good. So
Yeah.
now I'm
Yeah.
doing things and getting out there. Yeah, a
Yeah.
big difference. And usually I get my wife to find answers to help me. And well, I found you all by myself, so that must have been some
M-
searching and
Meant to be.
meant to be.
Meant to
Yeah,
be. Yeah. And that's the
yeah.
thing.
I
And so,
did my own find my own help. I got to figure out how to deal with it, and I did. And all this is just it's another tool in my toolbox, but it's a great tool.
yeah. And the thing is, you're never gonna forget these tools. And that's
No,
the thing. And
no,
like I said, you can always come back to me if new issues come up with other things and that type of thing. But
definitely.
keep doing that daily work. And yeah, and I mean, like when you look at this whole thing finally, like what's the single most important thing that you've gotten, that you've received or enjoyed most about working together with me, about the process? Like, what would you say that most important thing is that you've received?
Uh, I think the most important thing would be I gave myself back confidence.
Mm,
That one word, it comes down to one word. It's confidence.
mhm.
Yeah, and relaxment and confidence. And like I said, me and my wife seem a lot happier too. So yeah, so that's the biggest thing.
And confidence, I hear that so much because
I
yeah,
lost my confidence.
I remember you didn't lose it. It was just
No.
blocked. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. We unblocked it. That's
Right.
it.
We
It didn't go
unblocked it. Yeah.
anywhere, right?
I thought it was lost.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a block there and we unblocked it. And so I thank you so much for your time, taking out your time out of your busy day and your evening. And I
Welcome.
really appreciate it, Dave, because you had such a miraculous transformation so quickly. And I'm so grateful. And this is truly what happens when people commit to their healing. They put in the effort. David was skeptical. He didn't know if this was going to work or not, but he did the work. Even when he
Exactly.
didn't know, he still did the work. And results happen when you commit to the work, you put in the work, you do the work, you're open to change, you want to change, amazing things happen. And if you're watching here now and you're wondering if, this could help you, reach out. Book a free consultation with me because anything and everything's possible. And David is not he's special, yes, but he's like every other human that has issues that come up. And when they're unconscious issues, they have to be solved unconsciously, not consciously. So again, thank you, David, so much. And I'm looking forward to staying connected with you. So have an amazing evening and summer. And I'm looking forward to hearing about all the new adventures that you're going on in the future.
Yep, will do. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
John.
you're welcome, David. Thank you. And bye now for everyone. And if you're looking to book a free consultation with me, you can click on the link below that you'll see in the video here. And I'm looking forward to chatting with you soon. Until then, bye for now.